Ever wondered what a day in the life of a college professor really looks like? From early morning lectures to late night research, these passionate educators juggle teaching, mentoring, and their own pursuits. In this series, we pull back the curtain and take you inside their world, showing you the challenges, the triumphs, and the unexpected moments that make each day unique. Welcome to a day in the life of a professor.
So yeah, my name is Mark Royster. I have been here at College Sequoias. This is my fourth year here teaching. Before that, I was teaching at Northwestern University, which is in Chicago, outside Chicago. And before that, I was a graduate student working in physics towards my PhD at Northwestern. So yeah, I've been here for 4 years now, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I wake up I try to wake up at 5:30, usually really roll out of bed probably around 6. Yeah, so I try to do like a little bit of core exercises for like a couple, like 30 minutes or so. Then I make me breakfast, I make my two kids breakfast, which is usually like, for them it's usually eggs and pancakes, and then for me I make a smoothie every day. And then I get ready. So I ride in, which is generally faster because I don't have to park and then walk to my office. I get to just ride up right into my office and leave my bike here. I think maybe the most important thing of the morning is that little quick 10-minute ride in here. I try to like come up with lessons and stuff for like what I'm going to talk about. I generally like to make it kind of try to make it casual. Particularly my physics courses are pretty difficult, or they can be difficult for students. So I try to like balance that by making casual, not really having so much a script that I go by. And in my physics classes in particular, I really try to interact and engage them as we go, and then like modify what I'm going to actually be lecturing about that day. For my astronomy class, I try to do like roughly half of the particular lecture is like slides, kind of maybe traditional slides that I talk about, and then the other half I try to have like some group activity or some worksheet that everyone's working on together, and then I can like walk around and help people, rather than, because it's kind of boring to listen to one person talk for over an hour. Lunchtime, I kind of, it's boring and not boring, so I don't go, so I just eat my lunch in here. So generally, like, I kind of always have my door open, so like, I'll be eating my lunch and students will still come in and ask me questions. The lunch I have is the same every day, so that's what I mean by it's kind of boring. So I just like, the night before, I throw some oats in a little jar and put a bunch of different ingredients in it, and it's pretty tasty. And it's filling, so I just eat that every day that I have class, at least. While I'm eating, I'm still like talking to people that might be in the hallway working on problems from my physics courses and stuff. So especially when I first started teaching at Northwestern University, like the lectures are fun, because particularly when I first started teaching, like lectures, you kind of like, I remember back in those days, like I would get done with the lecture and it'd be like a high almost of like, after like talking for 50 minutes about stuff that you like, and like, yeah, I don't know, it's like an adrenaline rush at first. I don't really get that anymore nowadays, but at first I did. But even then, it was what I really started to like about teaching was like engaging with students outside of class. And so I'm kind of, one of the things I'm kind of known for in my physics classes at least is coming up with, or having really difficult problems. And so as a result, I kind of really try to build a community of where all the students can like work on the problems together. So like outside my office, there's a bunch of whiteboards, and so all the students can work on it in there, and then like kind of seamlessly I can like help them out with the problems as they're working on it. And so that's what's really fun, is outside of class talking to the students and kind of just helping them, I like to joke that I don't even know what my own office hours are, because I just always leave my door open, and then always trying to interact with students. The way I maintain energy, I guess it's not really difficult, to be honest. I think yeah, maybe as a comparison, when I was a graduate student working in my PhD, I used to take naps in my office all the time. I get like really tired in the middle of the day. But with teaching, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's much more exciting in some ways. There's always like I have a class coming up, so I'm always thinking about that. And I know I'm about to like go talk to all the students, so it's not hard really to keep the energy. I can never get tired in the middle of the day anymore like I used to. Okay, so the end of day, so this semester is pretty bad actually in terms of the time I'm here. So Monday through Wednesday, I'm effectively here from that 8 a.m. class in the morning till 7:30 p.m. On those end of days at 7:30, it's basically that last class ends and then I immediately leave. When I go home, I'm usually trying to get home before my kids go to bed. So I hang out with them for a little bit and then just kind of relax and go to sleep. The days where I'm not from that 8 to 8, that's a particularly bad example because that almost seems like I do nothing but teach. On other days, when I go home earlier, then I just have more time to hang out at home kind of thing. Ride bikes, which I really enjoy. Now that I have kids, so I have one that's going to turn 4 this month, another one's going to turn 2 in a month. So sometimes that adventure means like going just with them. So like going hiking with them, you know, small hikes turn into big hikes when I'm trying to take 2 kids as well, so those can become adventures themselves. This spring break, which is, I don't know, a month and a half from now, I'm planning on doing a bike packing trip through Mojave Desert. So that's like bike packing, or sorry, that's like backpacking, but with a bike. So it's bike packing. And so you're just like 4 days kind of by myself with a bike, and then all my gear is like, and so those are the kind of things that I guess allow me to decompress, get my mind off stuff. But also as the years have gone by, like I'm much better, like in the summertime, for example, I've kind of made it a policy now to not like think about teaching at all in the summer. And so there's like that huge swath of time of like 3 months where all I'm thinking about is like spending time with my kids, riding my bike, and so like I don't think about school at all until like the new semester rolls around in the fall. Maybe as an example here, growing up I would never consider teaching ever. Like in high school I would look at teachers and like that's like there's no way I can do that kind of thing. In particular I always thought that it would be super repetitive, like, oh, you teach the same thing every year, that's like super boring. But I mean this is like roughly my 6-year teaching if you include my time at Northwestern. And every year still feels like just as fresh. Like there's always things that you want to make better, and so you're iterating on that to improve the way you're presenting material, to improve the stuff just in general, like the presentation and the content that you're creating for students to learn better. So, I mean, it's not hard to kind of stay, I guess, to not be bored. So, yeah, I feel like just 6 years in and there's still like it still hasn't gone down at all. I'm still just as like energetic as the beginning.